I've got 3 freezers, 2 big tall ones and one, I always forget what they call it. It's like they're cheaper, but I like them better. I prefer them. It's the, like a big trunk. I forget what they call them. Cabinet size, whatever. I prefer those to the stand-ups, but I had a freezer went out last year. It took me 6 months to find another one because everyone else had the same idea. I bring this up because I have a lot of meat. These things are full of meat. Every year I'll raise 1 or 2 steers for someone specifically that wants grass-fed beef, meaning no grains. They're not even wormed, these cattle. The cleanest meat you can get. But when I finish a steer, meaning sometimes I give them pasture in the day and feed them at night, bring them in. When I'm finishing, I'm putting no extra weight on them. You can't, some steers, if you keep them by themselves and feed them, they won't eat that much. They'll get full and stop eating. So you put them with another steer. You put 2 in a pen or 2 in a yard and get them to compete. Then they'll start, they better eat now before he gets it all. And so they'll eat more than they need and put more weight on it. It's just kind of a cheat that works real good. I'm looking for a hammer I left out here. Yeah. So what I do is I raise meat for these other people, and sometimes the competitor steer that I put in there, well, he goes in my freezer. So that's how I end up with a ton of meat. I'll have, every steer's around 700 to 900 pounds of meat, and it stacks up fast. But it's ironic. That's not what this video is about. I've talked a lot about nutrition and diet, stuff like this before. And I'll share something with you that might help maybe one of you. Most people will disagree, but hey, we can't all be right. Make sure this hot wire's not on. I don't eat a lot of meat. Matter of fact, in the past 10, 12 days, past 10 days, I ate a piece of chicken. And I say a piece of a piece of chicken. Now, it's not because I'm restricting myself or I'm not a vegan at all. I use too much butter for that. But for me, when I eat a lot of protein, it slows me down. The digestion is too much of a drain on the system. I've known this for years. I've talked about this before. It's a drain on the system for me. So if I need my energy, I need to find... Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Man. So when I eat, like say if I eat a hamburger or a steak, I'm not getting, I got this idea that protein is somehow an energy source, when actually it's just a building resource, but that's a different argument. So I don't eat a lot of meat, but I have a lot of meat. My family eats it. Right now, and I eat everything else. I had a peach pie someone brought me yesterday. I must have had 2-3 pieces. I'm not eating of quality. I'm just not eating meat. Okay? I'm eating all kinds of terrible stuff. I had a bag of chips 2 days ago. But I try to eat right. Not having a piece of meat in my system where my body is trying to digest it for 2 or 3 days, which is what it takes, especially your red meat, your beef, pork. Not having that going on in my system leaves me with so much energy. I actually have, and this sounds weird, I feel lighter. Not less pounds, lighter, because there's more spring in my step. There's more energy I have to, because I wear myself out here. But I just have more energy. Now I have to eat all sorts of other stuff. I eat, when if you had a plate of whatever your meat is, and you had pilaf and corn and salad. I eat a ton of pilaf, a ton of corn, and a ton of salad. I'm the one that makes the dinner, so I get to choose. I'll taste the meat, like they ate the chicken the other day, just to see how it was coming out, how it was seasoned. And this idea is very unpopular, not eating the meat. But the reason I bring this up, if you can go 3 days to get whatever meat, stop eating meat, and in 3 days, whatever meat was in your system should be out, should be gone. And then see how much longer you can go. Eat whatever else you want. Okay? Whatever else you want. It's not a restrictive diet. You're just not eating meat. And just see. Do you have more energy? You're a little lighter in your step as far as I've become very agile, very mobile when I'm not dragging around this. It's hard to explain. It might work for you. You might think, hey, you know what, maybe I should only eat meat once a week or whatever the case is. And you have to find other alternatives and not chasing protein. I don't chase protein. Oh, I got to get my protein from somewhere. I'll need a supplement. No, that's retarded. That's just ridiculous. That's a huge industry. I eat tons of carbs. Tons of carbs. I'm not a diabetic. I put sugar on my carbs. That's another. I have to stop doing that sometimes. I just can't go to sleep. I'm just bouncing off the walls. Get off the meat. Try it, just as an experiment. Most people disagree because this is not the popular thing. Our culture right now is all about protein and meat. Get off meat 3 days. Go a couple extra days if you can, and see if you'll probably get a runny nose. I won't explain why, but you probably get a runny nose. Your sinuses will clear out. But you might notice, forget that. You might feel lighter, and you might have a new abundance of energy. You might even sleep better. Try it. What do you got to lose? Beef is so expensive right now. If you didn't buy it for a week, get some donuts. But anyhow, try it. See what it does. I might be totally wrong for you, but gosh, right now, they brought home shish kebab last night. My mom said, "Don't cook. We're bringing home food," and they brought home shish kebab. Well, ain't no way I'm eating that. I love shish kebab, half Armenian and all that. But I love shish kebab. But that would just wreck me for my energy and the stuff I'm doing right now. I can't afford the loss. I got a bunch of stuff I'm getting done. Maybe if it was a Saturday night, maybe I'd have done it, but. I already know what the benefits are going to be. 0. I said, not every 10 days I'll eat a piece of meat or something like that. Try it. You just, I don't know how to explain it. After that, you might say, this is the stupidest thing I've ever done, Sal. You're an idiot. And you saved a bunch of money for that week. Or you might go, hey, this works. And I'm not talking about becoming a vegan. Just talking about not eating meat. Good luck with it. Love you. God bless.